My name is Michael. I'm 38 years old and I'm working part-time as an IT teacher. I was still a child when I was diagnosed with a serious renal problem. I remember well, it was during a medical examination. Protein was found in my urine. We found out that one of my kidneys hadn't developed properly and had to be removed when I was 14. The only kidney only worked a little, and so I needed to start dialysis. I did have a transplant in 1988, but unfortunately it didn't last, and I've been told now that I'm not suitable for another one. For the past 22 years, I have spent 5 hours, 3 times a week, having in-center hemodialysis. After so many years, the hospital's renal unit has become almost like a second home to me. It's comfortable, I know the center really well, and the presence of the professional healthcare team is reassuring. It's always the same nurse who inserts the needle, almost at the same hour. She knows me well, she knows my body, and I don't need to tell her if I'm not feeling well. She notices it right away. I don't need to ask for a drink. As soon as I'm taking possession of my bed, a member of the staff brings me my usual coffee served just like I prefer. I'm also pleased to see my fellow neighbor George, who has his treatment during the same slot as mine for more than 10 years. He's a meteorologist. Like me, he never received the full information on the different dialysis options, and today he doesn't want to change his daily life. That's life. All this routine makes me feel really reassured, and I need to be in this state of mind to stay alive. That's why I intend to continue with this treatment. In-center hemodialysis is very convenient for me. But honestly, I was not given a choice. 20 years ago, no one told me about any other treatments. Although it's become like an habit for me to travel to the hospital 3 times a week, it's difficult for me to leave my wife and my 2 small kids, Igor, who's 2, and Elliot, 9 years old, behind. Sometimes I'm feeling guilty towards my wife, who needs to take care about them when I'm away. 3 evenings per week she must feed them, do the homework with Elliot, and put them to bed. And 3 evenings per week she's alone as I'm coming quite late from my session. As you can imagine, it's not always funny. I don't have the option of having my treatment at home, as I want to keep my illness as far away from my family as possible. I don't want my kids to see their dad ill. Between the sessions I'm feeling rather well, and that's the image I want to give to my kids. Every weekends we plan an activity en famille, just like a normal family. At home you will notice nothing related to my dialysis, and in the same way, I don't like to talk about it much. That's why home hemodialysis is not an option, either also because I need the regular contact with my healthcare team. Although my immediate family is aware of my condition, most of my students and colleagues aren't. I don't think that having kidney failure is anything to be ashamed of, but I don't want it to interfere with my life or my happiness. How do I see my future? Continue as it is now. I have no choice really.